The conclusion I've come to after all of this, after everything that has come out, is simply this. Shylily didn't like Cinder. Shylily confirmed on stream that yes, she was in fact actively avoiding Cinder and even purposely not naming her during raids. She claims this was because of a, quote, gut feeling about her, end quote. All this does is confirm that Shylily did not view Cinder as a friend like she claimed. Shylily was the one who pushed Nano into publishing the document to begin with, all the while pretending like she was an innocent bystander who was only just learning about all this the day Nano posted her document. This is a confirmed fact that Shylily herself admitted to. It has also been confirmed that Shylily was upset about how Cinder had become the, quote, Charizard of V-Card, end quote. Again, resentment and jealousy. Shylily also admitted again on stream that she would not have believed anything Cinder said in her apology, no matter what she said. An unwillingness to hear out someone you claim is a friend, openly admitting you wouldn't have listened no matter what. It has also been said by other VTubers that there is someone in the indie space that if you get on their bad side, they'll get you canceled. Sounding familiar? Oh, and when the Nano document was posted, Cinder tried to talk to Nano about it privately. Nano instantly blocked Cinder. Wonder who told her to do that. I'm sorry, but this whole thing stinks of Shylily was becoming jealous of Cinder, saw an opportunity to get her canceled using the things that happened between Nano and Red, and so pressured Nano into going public with it so that she could use her connections to turn the whole thing on to Cinder, despite Red being the only one who was proven to be in the wrong. Does anyone else notice how there is basically absolutely zero hate for Red, despite the fact that almost every single bit of evidence was about him and his actions? The only bit of evidence that showed Cinder's direct involvement in the controversy was the screenshots of chat logs showing that Cinder was aware Red was trying to work out an exclusivity deal with Nano. That is literally all it confirms. Nothing else as far as the controversy goes. Yet, it is the VTubers themselves, like Shylily, who have pushed the idea, don't throw him under the bus. What do you mean, throwing him under the bus? All the evidence is about confirmed things he said and did. Why is he being treated like this poor lost puppy who just got caught up in the middle of this? I can tell you why. It's because Shylily needs this controversy to be about Cinder. So she uses her power as someone with a massive community where people will follow her unquestioningly to do everything she can to actively move the blame away from Red and on to Cinder herself. That is why there's pretty much no anger toward Red, because Shylily and other VTubers have pushed this agenda that Cinder saying she didn't know about the things Red was doing and saying she would have put a stop to it if she knew as throwing him under the bus. So basically, if Shylily decides she doesn't like you, say goodbye to your career because she'll manipulate everyone around her into joining in on getting you canceled. Oh, and after the whole controversy, guess who is creating Shylily's new 3.0 model? You bet. Nano. Well, ever since the other videos, the Cinder situation, more people have started to become aware of the complexity that it is not as simple as it may seem according to the VTubers and YouTubers who looked at it at a surface level. Some of the VTubers were even in on it, but I'm sure that some of you already knew that. There have been some more pieces of information that have come out over the past couple of days since I released the last video, and so this video will serve as an archive or a compilation of all of the evidence and all of the events that have happened thus far. That is the purpose of this video, to make it more digestible and easier to understand. Without further ado, let's get into the first segment.
To be completely honest, the only night that was difficult was the first night after dropping the first doc. The first Google Docky! Sorry. That was the only tough night. That was the only tough one. It was 10 AM, I had to go to bed, and just being scared what the heck a literal manipulator could possibly come up with overnight, and what a shit show you could possibly wake up to when they have a platform that they use to manipulate hundreds of thousands of people with.
No accountability.
It is typical narcissistic manipulation fashion. Like this whole document, like I said, if you don't see it that way, I don't blame you. Chances are you're too young and naive. You're just as gullible and easy to manipulate. If you don't see it, I fully get it. I don't support it. I hope you'll eventually see it.
After reviewing Powder's document, which includes screenshots and other evidence, I watched Shylily's response. Unlike Powder's document, Shylily's stream does not provide supporting materials and relies solely on her verbal account.
I'll give you a TLDR, but I highly suggest you look at the receipts. Just in this TLDR, I might talk about stuff that is just hearsay.
The stream gives the impression of being a personal account intended to present Shylily's perspective while casting Cinder in a negative light. There are repeated suggestions that Cinder is manipulative, and viewers who believe her are portrayed as being misled. Additionally, Shylily's tone throughout the entire stream comes across as notably upbeat. Maybe a little too much, dare I say.
I'm sorry I'm laughing. I'm actually really sad, but it's how I cope, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to tell you. If you don't understand, this might sound so fucked up and psychotic, but I just need to laugh. You can call me a whore. What can you say?
Now that we've gotten the things that irk me out of the way, we are going to talk about the objective fact. Let's get into it.
It's my word against whoever else wants to challenge it, and that's okay. But we made sure, and we all agree, that everything we put online will only be receipts. Only receipts that we have, nothing else. No emotions, no experiences, no hearsay, no nothing. Only receipts.
Whoa there, Shylily. You forgot the part about personal information. Take a listen.
How many times I was told to put in my Google Doc the fact that you had a significant other, and no matter how many people told me to put it in, and how stupid I would be to not put it in, I could not bring myself to put it in, because I knew that what that would do to your reputation, and you could not spare that same thought for me.
As you can see, as evidenced by the clip, Bao was asked to include personal information about Cinder's significant other, when in reality, Red could be referred to as Cinder's manager. Simple as that. That violation of privacy is completely unnecessary. The opposing side often uses the argument that because Red is Cinder's significant other, that they are both in sync and both know what is going on in each other's lives to an extreme degree. There is no evidence to suggest that this is the case, and if anything, the cheating aspect that is mentioned should hint that the opposite is true. Shylily should know that this is the case because she herself in the past admits to keylogging her ex-boyfriend's device.
Dude, for real?
Or more confident.
Stalker, jealous. I installed a keylogger on my ex-boyfriend's PC to prove that he was cheating on me. I used to be that bitch. He gave me his laptop because apparently it didn't work, and I was like, well, just reinstall Windows. He gave me his laptop overnight, and I was like, ooh.
Like, ooh, the power. Ooh,
The power
all the things I could be
have as
doing
we
in here.
speak. I set up the keylogger to send me an email once at the end of the day. Like a keylogger quite literally just tells you what keys have been pressed in what order. And so when he is
What
typing
the-
messages, I can see the message.
Maybe she might have failed to consider that not everybody keylogs their significant other's devices. Moving on.
When one thing leaked, one singular thing, like 5 or so days ago, one thing leaked, a singular thing, and I go, it was about me being slandered, throwing all kinds of accusations around to Nano, making me seem problematic, weird, making me sound like a person someone wouldn't want to work with because who does those things? They were saying I dodged collabs with them.
Yeah, about that, let's look at the message that Shylily is talking about on 412 and see if these, quote, slanderous messages are really what she says they are. Redacted. Hey Nano, do you have more plans with Lily besides just the model? Like the outfits or merch or anything? Nanoless responds, been just the model so far. Okay, her asking you for a model recently just made the antenna go up. She's been acting weird towards Cinder lately and we don't know if something's going on. Oh? That's weird. Ever since after V-Card launched. But what you consider weird? Lately dipping out of collabs they were both a part of at last minute and now ghosting her messages. Cinder's raided her a couple of times in the past week and Lily won't acknowledge Cinder by name. Just like weird petty stuff. I don't know. That's super weird since they both share the same store. LOL. Around V-Card's launch they were talking and collabing and I don't know what happened. But her asking you for a model after that was just weird. Even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. I don't know. Hate that we keep bringing you into drama. Yeah, I thought it was quite early to go for a new model. Look a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Feels like we're gonna have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and wants the same model mama. Real. Is it Cinder and you've been doing continuous model outfits for? We'll have the Demon update list plus Final Arcade reference for you soon as it's finished. I think it is. I have an outfit for Blank planned too. As for Blank, got nothing for now, but she always comes up with something. Do you know who's rigging Lily's model? Gonna be Blank. Thanks, Neto. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artist. Never a break. The crazy thing is that in the same sentence, Shylily goes on to confirm that she was dodging those collaborations and that it was in fact true.
Collabs that had like 7 fucking other people in there. Collabs I was thrown into in a big ass group chat and simply said, sorry, can't do. Because I have something that day. One of them was a dentist thing. I didn't have it on that specific day, but I just didn't want to. The day after the dentist, I just simply didn't fucking want to. And the other one, yeah, I dodged. Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah. One of them I did. Because at that one, I already knew. And the other one, yes, I dodged. So anyways, yes, I am guilty of dodging a collab. Because I simply didn't fucking feel like it. And yes, I am guilty of ghosting 2 messages where she asked for a collab.
That figures. On to the next clip.
So we have a group chat with her and Buska and me in it. So she wants to plan something. Hello? So she wants to plan something, she knows where to go. And she has used it in the past, recently, for V-cards and stuff. But Lily, you don't know every message I send on your behalf, obviously. I forgot. Buska operates completely independent and I have absolutely no knowledge of anything happening ever. I just want this to be public knowledge, so if I get cancelled, I can throw him under the bus. Even when there is screenshots proving that I clearly am aware, and I am confirming and doubling down and siding with him.
After that very uncharitable and disingenuous assessment, I feel the need to provide the screenshot that she is talking about so that we can review it. Nano starts the conversation with Cinder. Just wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you since I've only talked about that with Red, but I don't want to be dragged on any personal issues like that. After all, Silver, still a client, and it makes me anxious and kinda destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red. I'll understand if things doesn't work out because of Silver. I just love my clients, that's all. Cinder says, I get it, Nano, and it was unfair to push this on you, but it's just really confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, and even still today, and it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is one reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. And when you said, quote, I understand if things don't work out, end quote, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts so much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano, and your decision who you ultimately work with, but this is how I've been feeling. Nanoless goes and says, I don't really see the point of keeping thinking about being compared to Silver. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more, but I would never give Silver any priority over you. Also, there's not even any model for her being discussed. I just want to sleep clear-minded. Also, I'm fine not doing her models, but at least Gamer Sup's art stuff would be fine with me. I don't want to be 100% an a-hole to her, that's all. It's not me, but other people's opinions of us. And I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. Sorry about this. My mental is just a bit weak. Same, girl. I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. I want you to get that money. The whole situation is just kind of sucky. I'd want to just get along. Quote, I understand if things don't work out, end quote, about this. It would be mostly if you hate me for not burning Blank down from my list. I would never hate you. Thank you and same. I'm just an insecure B-word. I love everything we've done together and I want to keep discussing more. People saying dumb S online just makes me stressed. So what we can gather from this is the fact that Cinder and Red have talked about Silvervale. Shylily seems to be implying that they were masterminding everything together. However, this screenshot is not evidence of that and does not show that. Cinder was thinking about Silvervale and worried about the comparisons, and that was getting to her, so naturally that's something that she would discuss with Red. The assumption that Cinder knows 100% of what her manager/boyfriend does when it comes to the business side of things, like communicating with Nanoless, is just that, an assumption.
I talked to Nano and I was like, Nano, I'm gonna be honest, some of the stuff you have here is heartbreaking. I'm thankful for you showing this to me, but I highly encourage you to share this with the people affected, especially Bao, but because, you know, that one nasty one where she sabotages Bao, especially that one.
Alright, now let's bring up those screenshots. It starts off with Redacted saying, I mean, like, if we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Maybe you can share one of your ideas and I can check what I think. Okay, so I've got some ideas for this, I guess. I was driving. What are you thinking? Okay, so asked help from my friends. They don't know it's you. Don't worry. So a monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings. Also, how long would this be, and if this counts for models I already worked on? Well, I think the main things we're looking for are for you not to take on any brand new model clients and not to make any new model outfits with Silvervale again. You'd still be able to work on models outfits with all your other existing babies, and your artwork comms wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns is that more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore. And second, is that there's a few people that we just would rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies, that's all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork, just drama. Of course, I wanted to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time, LOL. Well, with Blank, she's given a lot of bias and priority at GS, sometimes over Cinder, and we can't really confront them about it, and plus she's gone 3D lately. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artist from her since she's already taken our editor. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has to dedicate time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's MV editors is the one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like, model art is the most important thing that's a VTuber's entire image. Well, we love working with you. Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano. Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea about the MV thing. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He says he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush's song blows up and he's credited as the editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden he changes his mind, is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. There's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MV editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got peeved at her editor did an original song, MV for her friends, without her knowing, and it did 100 times better than her original songs last year that she locked him up so no one else could work with him. And then had him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a literal announcement tweet. Nanoless says, oh, S-word. Yeah. Okay, that's super weird. Anonymously in-house as in will never be credited publicly so no one knows who does his work for Bao. Oh, it's literally it, lol. This literally reads like a hostage note. I asked to be anonymous since I'd like to be separate from being known as a freelancer. No one does this. No one decides to do this on their own. This was 2 weeks after Boss Rush came out. Yeah, it's pretty weird, LOL. And now she's been barking up at the tree, one of our L2D animators. So like, and you and a nano model, yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. It's so annoying. I don't know, man. Oh, she has a way of guilt tripping people to get her way. What about we can pay blank for you and you don't have to discount it from the next payment, and we'll continue giving you lots of model work. I think -4 this year right now, but you don't work for Bao, blank, or Silver at all again, models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with Bao or blank before. We also have another GS label for you too, the AFK. Is there any way to add a little bit more since Silver still asks for art every now and then? We could do it like when Silver asks for your art, you tell her no, and then tell us to buy another art piece. Like, so you still get a job from it. Shylily frames this conversation as sabotaging Bao. But as you can see in the later conversation with Cinder afterwards, not only does Nanoless not do it, but Cinder was also completely okay with the result. She expresses some of her concerns in her messages, but other than that, there is no sabotage going on here. Nanoless talks about stepping back on the exclusivity deal, and Cinder apologizes for pushing the Silverville terms on Nanoless. Do keep in mind that it is an exclusivity deal. It is not just about Bao, it is about having Nanoless to themselves. It's not targeting a certain individual in particular. This is an umbrella thing. Shylily says, well, we talked to her once and it didn't do anything. It didn't work out.
People saying, why didn't you handle it private? We did once. We did. And she's only deflecting and pretending to be apologetic when put on the spot. No proper apology from her before the crash out. None. She's only sorry when she gets caught. Cause she knows fucking with that friend that she fucked with will mean the end of her career. Cause if you're not good standing with that person, you're not good standing with like probably 80% of the indies.
But she shows no evidence of that. It is a thing that she just kind of throws out there. The only thing that we have is this evidence of the contrary.
The first thing they both did, they messaged Nano, going, Nano, please. You know what that absolute fucking Giga chat did? Her pussy's so fat, bro. Blocked. Blocked. Her pussy's so fucking fat for that. Blocked.
Shylily applauds Nanoless blocking Cinder and doesn't want to communicate with Cinder at all, outside of publicly bashing her. With the amount of grievances that Shylily has with Cinder, it makes it seem like she was never really her friend to begin with. That is an assumption by myself based off of the things that Shylily has said over the course of the video, but I digress. With that, all the claims that Shylily has made in relation to the context of the screenshots in the document have been addressed. I don't despise Shylily in particular, but I am quite disappointed that she would do something like this, considering the fact that she had not come up on our radar prior to this. And like people said, supposedly she had stayed out of drama up until this point in time. As for motives, there are a few things in particular that I can bring to your attention. The first being this chart. As you can see, the top Twitch earners shows number 1 as Cinder, with number 2 being Shylily. I won't make any assumptions. I will just give you that to let you do with it what you will, as well as this clip, which others point out as a possible motive for the actual starting point in which Shylily was rubbed the wrong way and has this gut feeling about Cinder. Take a listen.
I still find it funny that she called herself the Charizard V card.
Oh.
Girl forgot Lily wasn't a Goldeen, she is a fucking Kyogre. There is no competition.
God, that... Oh, when she said that, and when she tried to bring me onto... Okay, I know. When she said that and she tried to make this thing with me and we were doing a collab and she was just like, oh, haha, the Charizard on Blastoise V card doing the... Oh, like, how dare you sit there and pretend to be some Boggs legendary of something that you didn't create? Disgusting. Trust me, we all cringed, but people sometimes get excited and they do cringe-worthy stuff. No reason to blow a fucking friendship over it or put them in spot or cancel them. It's just like, girl, that's cringe, moving on, you know? It's just like, girl, why you do this? That's cringe, moving on.
These are not proof of a motive, only things that I could point to try to understand why Shylily has done this. Because as she said, Shylily collected Nano and Bao into a group chat to strategically put out this Google document along with their Google documents, respectively.
We might a group chat. Can you imagine? That Giga Chat fucking whale comes out of surgery and has to deal with this. That group chat we used to expose everything. Obviously, we were all ready for blood. We were like, what the fuck? No way.
With all of that being said, I want to reiterate again that the disclaimer that I've put at the start of these videos is not just a suggestion. It is a plea to you as the audience to not harass anybody mentioned in this video, including Shylily. Do not harass Shylily. What I would request you to do is share this video to others so that they can be knowledgeable of the situation, to know what is going on. The VTuber community is already in a rough spot as it is, but I believe that by letting people know what's actually going on and by spreading this knowledge around, that hopefully we can make some change, some sort of positive change. Enough of these cancellations that we've been so used to. Let's just live and let live, do our own thing, and let folks make some mistakes. Let folks be human. This statement will fall on deaf ears, I know, but I will say it anyway in hopes that at least a few of you are listening and that at least a few of you want to make that change. I myself personally believe, because I've seen these type of things happen, that even Shylily in this instance, despite the fact that I personally believe, based on what we have here, see that she's done some not so good things. To those of you who think the same way that I do not want Shylily to be canceled. In spite of that, I want her to change for the better. I do believe if she puts out an apology, follows that advice that she was trying to give Cinder, and she means it, if it's genuine. I don't know that it could be, given all of these things that have happened, but if it is genuine, if it is true, right, then if Cinder comes back, if things are set right in that way, I do believe there's a chance, there's a second chance there. If people refuse to change, that's a different thing, but I digress. That's all I've got to say on the matter. Ladies and gentlemen, if this video was helpful, please do like, subscribe for future content like this. If the need ever arises for future content, I usually only post videos if there's a pressing subject that needs attention. But ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for me. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.